Did it accept?
Yes, I got it. Thank you. Hi, Jacqueline. My name is Fiona, and I'm here to listen to whatever you want to talk about today. So, what brings you in?
Hi, Fiona. Thank you so much. I'm actually really looking forward to meeting with you today. I am in a situation in life where I'm just feeling a little bit overwhelmed. I have a lot on my plate, and I think overall I'm doing well, managing a lot of different things. Um, but a couple of years ago, I really pushed myself too hard during COVID and in my role as an executive director of behavioral therapies and dealing with all the turnover and the staff. And long story short, I wasn't really having a good balance and I was overworked and I ended up getting very, very sick. For about 3 months, I had to go on medical leave and it kind of was leading up to a certain point and then my body just collapsed. And I'm doing great now. I'm very healthy and I had a thyroid
Mhm.
condition that got me cleared up. But I'm seeing some patterns and I don't want to go back to that place. And I just feel so torn. I'm going back to school to get a second master's. I'm working full time in a very it's a very intense role that requires all of my time and it's a lot of adrenaline. And from the time I start to the time I don't really take breaks. It's just go, 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 go,
Mm.
very intense. And then I feel torn. I'm single. I've never been married, and I just feel like, I'm spending so much time working and I'm spending so much time, in school, but I would like to have time also for a social life and time for myself. I would love at some point to be married or even to have more time for friends. And then I also feel torn because my mother is, she's in her 70s and she's had some health challenges, and I live about 4 hours away from her. She lives in Bakersfield. And my aunt last year, who I am very close to, has been diagnosed with Alzheimer's. So I really
Mm.
want to be there for her, be there for my mom. I want to do well in school. I want to do well in my role as a leader at my company. And then I want to also have time for myself. And I feel like I do so much to help people have a better life. And I want to become a counselor to help people have a better life and to live their best life.
Mhm.
And sometimes I look at my own life and think, I want to make sure I'm practicing what I preach for me. And so I thought it would
Mm.
be nice just to come in and meet with you and just kind of help organize my thoughts because I'm pulled in a lot of different areas between work and school and my desire to just have more of a life and then my family and all of that. So that's a little bit about what's going on.
Like, sounds like you have a lot going on with work and family, school. It also sounds like you love giving,
Mhm.
helping others. And I guess now you're thinking about maybe um, looking at yourself. I understand you
Mhm.
had gone through some health challenges in the past,
Yeah.
and so that's an area that you want to focus on you currently.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, and actually, for the first time 2 years ago, I went to counseling and had a wonderful counselor, and she actually recommended I read a book by, I don't know if you've ever heard of him, but his name's Dr. John Townsend. And he's an excellent, excellent author. And I read a book called Boundaries, and that book changed my life. And it gave me much more of a balance and perspective. And so after reading that, I decided I really internalized it and I decided to go back to school to actually become a counselor as well. But I'm very reflective and thinking, am I still setting those boundaries? I notice I'm kind of pushing myself a little bit more than I maybe should. And I just want to make sure that I slow down. And I'd like to kind of use you as a sounding board and maybe helping me process to make sure I'm setting boundaries. And as you mentioned, I'm staying healthy, that I'm making time for myself, but I also prioritize family, and my mom and my aunt are very dear to me. I want to make sure, like, for example, I had a very busy day today. I mean, I had a big event that I was doing for my clients, a Halloween party for the children with autism and
Mhm.
the staff, and then I have school and I thought, one thing I could do, it's so simple, but I'm gonna call my aunt that has Alzheimer's and I'm just gonna talk to her for 10 minutes as I'm getting ready and putting my makeup on. And I think if I can talk with you, maybe you could help me become more strategic on, in my busyness of life, how can I be intentional about taking time for the people that I love instead of just
Mhm.
being more reactive? How can I be proactive? And I just need help processing all of that because I think if I just stick to my own guns, I don't think I'm going to do it. I think I need someone to help me to do that.
Sounds like you really want to set these boundaries in your life to have a healthy balance between family and all your work obligations and school. And you're really trying to be proactive, coming
Mhm.
here, trying to find help in setting up those um, activities that you can fit into your schedule to give you that balance.
Mhm. Yeah, I love that you said the word balance. I think that's what's missing. I need to make sure that I have that balance. And I really need help figuring out how to do that.
So you have a lot going on, and I think you really enjoy all of the activities you're involved in with work and school and your family with like your mom and your aunt. And you just want
Mhm.
to make sure that everything is in its balanced place. So you're taking
Yeah,
care of everybody and yourself at the
yes,
same time, and nothing is being neglected.
right, exactly right. Yeah, that's you summarize that very well. That's exactly how I feel. Yeah, well, thank you, Fiona, so much. I would love to set up another appointment with you and maybe we could get into more specifics and we could really, you could help me in terms of being proactive and maybe also getting a little deeper and going to the core of why do, maybe there's other issues in terms of boundary setting or things like that that we could go deeper in the future. But maybe we could start with a plan to be balanced and a little more superficial, but then go a little deeper. So I
Of
would really
course.
like to do you.
Yeah, I'll be happy to work with you on that, to find that balance in your life and to be proactive. And so that you
Mhm.
can feel that you have everything under control and in the correct balance in your life.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Well, Fiona, you did fantastic. I really felt like you were a real counselor and um, everything. I mean, I don't think I can think of even constructive because you were very genuine in your accent or your not accent. I was thinking the minimal encouragers were very natural. It just felt like, and your tone of voice was very soothing. If I was going to a counselor, I was thinking in the middle of the activity, I thought if you really were my counselor, your tone of voice would really put me at ease.
Oh,
I
thank
would
you.
relaxed. So that was really nice. And then I really liked how you gave me the chance to speak. And then when I paused, you kind of jumped in and paraphrased really well. So I thought you did a really good job. The paraphrasing, I felt like you were very genuine. I really felt like you cared. And the encouraging, it was very, very well balanced.
Oh, thank you. I was trying to do an accent, but it got really hard.
Yeah,
Like I
that
had
is
to
hard to
think, okay,
do
what
and
are the
make it
last
feel
three
natural.
words?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
could I tried, but
No,
Yeah,
but
it
it's
is
okay.
hard
No,
too, because
you
if someone doesn't pause, you don't want to interrupt. I found that when I was doing it with Martha, I was trying to throw a couple in there for the sake of the assignment, but it can
right.
be hard if someone's talking, you're trying to
Mm,
figure out when to fit that in, yeah.
yeah. No, yeah. I think you were great too. Like Jackie said, you were very genuine. I think that's the word. Very genuine with your head nods, and you were, when you paraphrased, you found the time to do it. Like, and you it wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna just put it in there like just because I
mm.
have to, but you kind of like chose the right time. It just felt good, like like flowing in the conversation. And then you, when you paraphrased, you were using like the word balance, like even Jackie brought it up as a client, like
Mhm.
she said, balance, that's like the word that she is looking for. And you kind of added to you were reflecting, but at the same time, you added to her perspective, like cognitively.
Yeah.
So that like in essence helped her. Like, and it was just like you didn't even say anything. You just paraphrase. So
Mm-hmm.
I really like that. And you were very like direct, like the eye contact, you had good eye contact. And it wasn't like when at the beginning she was saying all her challenges and then you were understanding, but you were mirroring her face too. Like I think like it looked like a little bit like worried, like sad, like your eyebrows a
Oh,
little bit down, and she was doing the same thing when she was explaining. So you were the it was like mirroring, like, yeah, that's the word that
so
I can
cool.
say.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. 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 So it's as an observation. What else? Very professional. You didn't like laugh or like say anything like out of proportion. You were very
Yeah.
professional. So I like that. Which makes you be more trustworthy, especially in the first meeting with someone on the first session. You wanna sound like you're ethical. And yeah, and the last part, the summary, it was great too, because you said what she has a lot of going on, but you also enjoy what you do, so it's not bad what you're doing, like you're doing good things and you enjoy them. It's just more of like making sure that the balance is there. So that was a good summary. I like
Mhm.
that.
You.
Yeah.
I did like that you used the word balance because I hadn't used that word and I thought it was good that you said that because that was a great word for paraphrasing because
Mm,
that's what
Hmm.
I genuinely want to have in my life is
Hmm.
that balance. And it's I mean, you guys are probably going through the same thing. It's so hard
yeah.
going, back to school if you're, working or you have other commitments. It's hard
Yeah.
finding that balance. And so yeah, that
Yeah.
was a really
Yep,
good
it
word.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well
You're welcome.
done. We did
Thank
it,
you.